Hey everyone, it's Lauren Alvin with Add a Pup Dog and Puppy Training. I have two lists. This is a continuation, an add-on to my quickie training tip last week about recalls. So you heard my recall. Nina's in the other room. She just got in from hot outside, so I'm not going to do it too loud. I don't want to psych her out. My recall is Nina, here. H-E-R-E, exclamation point, Mickey Mouse voice, super exciting. Operatic, you know, like calling the pigs home. That's mine. It's not something I say in regular conversation. I don't talk like that. It's not something that I say unless I know she's gonna do it. I'm willing to bet $100 she's gonna do it, and I have $3 million to pay her with when she does. So emergency recalls are fire alarms. You pull the fire alarm, it's an emergency. Everyone needs to know what to do, and they need to do it fast. So your emergency recall cue needs to be something that you don't say often, that you don't say ever outside of fire drill practice sessions. You don't pull the fire alarm just to get someone to come downstairs. You don't pull the fire alarm to get someone to come 5 feet closer to you to put their leash on. You're putting leashes on people, that's your own business. You don't pull the fire alarm to get your kids to come upstairs to eat dinner. It's not a casual thing, it's an emergency. So you do lots of fire drills, you hear the alarm, everyone needs to know where to line up, what doors to close, what to put away, what to bring with them, where to go, and who to count. Everyone needs to know exactly what to do when they hear that sound. And you don't do it any other time outside of fire drills. You don't pull the fire alarm in school for lunchtime. You don't pull it for recess. You don't pull it for English class. You pull it for fire drills so that when it is not a drill, everyone knows what to do. It's the same with your emergency recall. You pick a word, a special sound that you don't use for other stuff, and you only say it in practice sessions. Practice sessions that gradually build up into whatever real life is going to look like, but only in practice sessions, so that when it is not a practice session, your dog can do it. So mine is here. Heather says Weasel. I've had clients, here's my list. I have clients who say danger, stop, now, that made its rounds a while ago. Aquí, here in Spanish. Ici, French. Come here in German, Greek, Russian, Japanese. I have clients who say chicken, chicken. So, you know, not like what's for dinner, chicken. It's chicken. Stop, I think I said. If you've got a clever one, write it in the comments. I like collecting these. Get in the chopper. That's always a popular one. I had one client who did it, but everyone gets a kick out of it. It's got to be something distinct that you don't say in everyday conversation and that you can reserve for special times. So it's a fire alarm. It's a special thing that you only say in practice sessions for this particular behavior so that they can do it later on when it's not a practice session. If you need to get your dog to come to you and it's not a practice session, or it's something casual, you just need them to come 3 feet closer so you can put their harness on, or go in the house so they can get in their crate, or come downstairs to eat their dinner, or leave the cat alone, or whatever it is. You don't pull the fire alarm for that thing. There are dozens of ways to get your dog's attention or to get them to move closer to you or to do something besides whatever they're doing that do not involve pulling the fire alarm. Here's my other list. Nose targeting. If you know anything about me, it's that I love nose targeting. That's my go-to. It gets the dog closer to you, it gets their attention off of things, boop, dog's near you, problem solved. Patting your leg, body language, she's really tired. She's not coming over. Time to come in, come on, over here, time to go in, pups. Come on, here we go. Yeah, good job, hey. See, I didn't need to pull the fire alarm. Yeah, good job, good job. None of that was the fire alarm. I could have gotten up and walked away, did a little trot, bend over, something like that. Whistling, all done, come inside, whatever you need to do. You can train those specifically, like, you know, nose targeting. I also have certain whistles for Nina that mean, look at me. Yeah, put your ears up. Good girl. Anything like that, but it's not my fire alarm. That is saved for special training times and then emergencies. So the reason for this is we don't want it to be a boy who cried wolf situation. Learned irrelevance is what this is called. The dog figures out that that sound, if I hear that sound and I do something, nothing happens, I'm not going to keep doing that sound. The boy keeps saying wolf and people go, oh my gosh, there's a wolf, and he's like, ha ha, just kidding. They do it again, wolf, oh my gosh, what's wrong, ha ha, over and over again until eventually the boy goes, wolf, wolf, and they go, he just makes that noise sometimes. We don't need to do anything. It's not an emergency. I'm not going to get reinforced for doing it. Not sure how much reinforcement is in getting a wolf off of a child, but certainly keeps everyone safer. It becomes irrelevant. The learner, the subject, the student learns that it doesn't mean anything. It's just a sound they make, and you can do it or you cannot do it. You know, it's just no big deal. And you need an enormous savings account for your recall to compete with anything else in the environment. That'll be next week's. But the more you say it and don't do anything about it, you don't pay them for it, or they get punished, like you call them towards you and you put their leash on and leave the park and take them away from their friends, or you call them towards you and trim their nails, you're taking withdrawals out of that account. So it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Not only are they learning it's irrelevant, but they are losing all reinforcement history for it. So when they are running after a squirrel, running into the highway, and you say your magic word, they go, doesn't work, hear it all the time, not a big deal, not gonna pay attention, this is way more fun. And that's not what you want with an emergency recall, because it's for emergencies. So it's gotta be memorable for you and the dog, and it has to be distinct. So you can say come if you want. Notice that was not on my list. But if you use the word come, you cannot use that for other times. So if your fire alarm is someone sneezing, people sneeze all the time. It's not going to be a great fire alarm. You can't hear it very well. It needs to be distinct and memorable and not something that comes out casually or by mistake, because it's got to be really, really, really salient for them to be able to whip around. I'll talk about that more next week. Let me know if you have any questions or requests. Sorry this one was a little late. My life is insane. Let me know what your recall cue is, and let me know if you have any other casual recalls. Like I said, Nina uses nose targeting a lot. I usually just use noises and padding and my body language and stuff to call her for me for casual things, but hers is for recalls. We've also taught a whistle, like a really long distance, like hiking emergency whistle. Same thing, that's really great for dogs who are very far away, which I shouldn't be, but you know, happens. And that way you have something that carries even further. But it's the same thing. I don't play, you know, I'm not whistling Dixie on the emergency whistle. It's the same as the other emergency recall cues. Let me know what yours are. Take care. Bye-bye.